Jule Seng's brand new children's book.
Oh,
It's
cool.
got adventure and heart and a little bit of magic all rolled up into one.
Nice.
And it takes place on the Greek island of Thassos.
Oh, wow.
So what really struck me about this book, is
Okay.
how Seng blends this real-world setting with all these like fantastical elements.
Yeah.
Like you can almost feel the Mediterranean sun on your skin as you're reading it,
Oh, I see what you mean.
as you follow these characters through this like charming harbor town.
And the descriptions are so vivid.
They really are.
Like you said, you can practically feel the sun in the sand.
Yeah, it's like you're right there with them.
And the characters are so well developed, like
Yeah.
you immediately feel connected to them.
So we meet this lovely Greek family, and there's Sakis, the grandfather.
Ah, Sakis.
And he's a former pirate.
a pirate. Really?
Yeah, but not the scary kind.
Oh, okay.
He's like reformed,
Yeah.
full of captivating stories from his seafaring days.
I bet the grandkids love that.
Oh, they do, especially Dimitra and Philippe.
Dimitra and Philippe.
Yeah, they're quite the pair.
What are they like?
Well, Dimitra is a dreamer,
Oh, I love dreamers.
and Philippe is he's more of a logician.
Okay, so good balance there.
Exactly. And their contrasting personalities make their treasure hunt even more interesting.
I can see that.
Because, Dimitra, with her imagination, she sees possibilities everywhere,
Right?
while Philippe's logic keeps them grounded.
It sounds like a great dynamic.
It really is. And speaking of the treasure hunt,
Okay.
this is where things get really intriguing.
How so?
It's not your typical quest for gold and jewels.
Mm-hmm.
It's about Sakis leaving behind a different kind of legacy.
I see. So it's not about material wealth.
No, it's more about values and stories.
That's a cool concept.
Right. It makes you think about what truly constitutes treasure in our own lives.
It really does.
I mean, is it about material wealth or something more?
yeah, more like experiences and relationships.
Exactly. And the map that Sakis leaves for his grandchildren leads them into an enchanted forest.
An enchanted forest. Sounds magical.
Oh, it is.
I bet the descriptions are amazing.
They're incredible, like you wouldn't believe.
Like what?
You've got whispering trees, shimmering lights, and playful fairies flitting about.
Oh, wow. It's like something out of a fairy tale.
It really is. And then there's Demos.
Demos? Who's that?
He's a dwarf.
A dwarf.
Yeah, he just pops up from behind this moss-covered rock.
So there's fairies and a dwarf? This is fantastic.
Yeah, he adds a touch of mischief to the whole thing.
They sound like fun characters.
Oh, they are, but they also act as guides and protectors for Dimitra and Philippe.
I see. So they're not alone in this enchanted forest.
No, but their journey isn't without challenges, of course.
Of course not.
Like they encounter a wise old owl, for example,
Okay.
who poses all these riddles.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then there's this cheeky squirrel who really tests their patience.
A leaky squirrel, huh?
Uh-huh. And then there's a fearsome shadow beast.
Oh, wow. A shadow beast.
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
So it's not all fun and games in this enchanted forest.
No, it's definitely not, but I think that's what makes it so engaging.
Right. It's got to have some conflict.
Exactly. And the challenges are so cleverly woven into the story.
Like how?
Well, it's not just about reaching the destination. It's about the lessons they learn along the way.
I see. It's about the journey.
Yeah. And each obstacle forces Dimitra and Philippe to rely on their unique strengths.
That makes sense.
Like, for instance, Dimitra's creative thinking helps them solve the owl's riddles,
Oh, that's clever.
while Philippe's practicality is essential when they face the shadow beast.
It's like their differences complement each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They learn that by working together, they can overcome anything.
It's a powerful message about teamwork and resilience.
It really is. And it all builds up to this climactic encounter with a wise sea
A
turtle.
wise sea turtle.
Yeah, and he guards the final treasure chest. But this isn't your typical fight your way to victory scenario.
Oh,
It's more about testing Dimitra and Philippe's character, not their strength.
that's interesting.
Right. The sea turtle wants to know if they've truly grasped the meaning of Sakis's legacy.
So it's a test of their values.
Precisely.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a very clever way to tie everything together.
It sounds like it.
I mean, she's really thought this through.
Yeah, it's impressive.
So what do you think so far?
I'm intrigued. I want to know what happens next.
Me too. But we'll have to wait for the next part of our deep dive to find out.
All right. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Me too. Stay tuned.
I will. And you know what I find so compelling about this whole thing?
Excited?
It's how Seng goes beyond just telling a good adventure story.
Yeah.
She makes you really think about your own values.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, it's so refreshing to see a children's book that does that.
It really is.
It's not just pure entertainment.
It's got depth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. The sea turtle isn't impressed with their fighting skills or anything.
Right.
He wants to know if they understand
Yeah.
what's really important.
Yeah, like what Thassos was all about.
Exactly. He's testing their character.
And of course they passed the test.
Of course.
I mean, they've learned so much on their journey.
all kinds of things.
Teamwork, honesty, courage.
All those good things Saki stood for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's all connected so beautifully.
It really is.
And then there's the treasure chest itself.
Oh, yeah. What's in it?
Well, there's gold and jewels, sure.
Okay, typical treasure.
But there's also something else.
What's that?
Scrolls.
Scroll.
Filled with Saki stories.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
Oh, no, right?
It really drives home the point that stories are valuable.
As valuable as gold.
Maybe even more so.
Right.
It makes you think about family history.
And passing down wisdom.
Those scrolls are Saki's true legacy.
They really are.
It makes you wonder what stories we'll leave behind.
I know. What treasures will we pass on?
It's an interesting thought.
And you know, it's cool.
What?
Jule Seng has lived quite the life herself.
Really?
She's originally from Germany.
No way.
Yeah. And she spent years in the USA.
Wow.
And now she calls Thassos her home.
That's amazing.
I think her own journey really shines through in the book.
I can see that.
That sense of wonder and exploration.
It's inspiring.
And she's a language teacher, too.
That makes sense.
She knows how to engage young minds.
It definitely comes across in the book.
The way she weaves in Greek mythology and folklore is really cool.
Oh, yeah. I love that stuff.
It adds so much richness to the story.
And it introduces kids to different cultures.
Exactly.
It sparks their curiosity.
It's like a little portal to another world.
A world where magic and reality mix.
And it never feels forced.
No, it's very natural.
And it's not just about Greece. There's the pirate theme, too,
Right.
and mythology.
It encourages a sense of empathy
And
to
understanding.
different cultures.
Yeah, it's subtle, but it's there.
I like that.
It's not lecturing kids.
It's about planting seeds.
Of curiosity and openness.
Exactly.
Who knows, maybe it'll inspire a love of travel.
I could see that happening.
So we've talked about the message and the themes.
Right.
What about the characters themselves?
Oh, they're great.
I especially love Dimitra and Philippe.
Me too. Their relationship is so interesting.
It's that classic dreamer and logician combo.
But they work so well together.
They complement each other.
They learn to appreciate their differences.
Dimitra sees the world with magic and possibilities.
And Philippe keeps them grounded.
It's a great reminder about diversity of thought.
It really is.
They achieve more together.
Than they ever could alone.
Exactly. It's a valuable lesson.
Toward everyone, not just kids.
Absolutely. And then there's Saki's.
The wise grandfather.
He's not physically present on the treasure hunt,
But his spirit is there.
guiding them every step of the way.
It shows the importance of family history.
A legacy.
Passing down wisdom.
It's like his experiences as a pirate
And as a man of honor.
shaped the whole treasure hunt.
That's a cool way to look at it.
There's real depth to his character.
He's more than just a pirate.
He challenges his grandchildren
To understand him better,
and to connect with him on a deeper level.
I like that.
It speaks to the power of family bonds.
Even after someone is gone,
The greatest treasures aren't always material
sometimes it's love and laughter.
and connection.
What resonates most with you about this book?
That's a good question. I think for me, it's how Seng manages to mix adventure with personal growth.
It's not just about finding the treasure.
No, it's about how Dimitra and Philippe change along the way.
They face some pretty tough stuff.
Oh yeah, like the shadow beasts.
In the owl's riddles.
But they always come out stronger
It's like each obstacle makes them dig deeper.
and rely on each other.
They discover their own inner strength.
And it's not just for show, you know.
No, the challenges have a purpose.
They push Dimitra and Philippe outside their comfort zones.
They learn something new about themselves each time.
Like when Dimitra faces the shadow beast.
Oh, yeah, good point.
She could have just let Philippe handle it.
He's more logical
But she finds her own courage.
and a creative solution.
It shows that dreamers can be brave too.
Absolutely. And Philippe learns from Dimitra, too.
Yeah, he embraces her imagination.
It's what makes them such a great team.
They're not just opposites.
They learn and grow from each other.
And become more well-rounded because of it.
And you know, it all comes back to Seng's background.
As a teacher,
Yeah, she knows how to make learning fun.
there's definitely a language element throughout the book.
The descriptions are amazing.
You can practically feel the sand and the sea air.
It's so immersive.
And she uses riddles and wordplay
It makes kids think.
and use their language skills.
It's like learning disguised as adventure.
The kids are so hooked on the story.
They don't even realize they're learning.
That's the power of good storytelling.
When we connect with a story emotionally,
We're open to the lessons it holds. So if you want a book that will spark your child's imagination,
and take them on an adventure.
The Treasures of Thassos is a great choice.
It might even start some good conversations.
And even if you don't have kids,
It's a good reminder for all of us.
about the importance of adventure and wonder,
And human connection.
those are treasures worth cherishing.
At any age.
Well said.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the treasures of Thassos.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time.
May your own journeys be filled with discovery and growth.
And maybe even a touch of magic.
Always a good thing.
And remember, as Jule Seng says,
Anything you can imagine can become reality.
believe in that and you can move mountains.
Absolutely.